related to Six Sigma certification, and even in a project management we can use that concept. So before moving to the video, I would request everyone to share, subscribe our channel, click on bell icon so that you will get notification on all the upcoming videos. Also check out our playlist. You will find approximately 315 plus videos. Those will help in cracking the interviews on team leader, trainers, quality analyst, Six Sigma certification, project management, scrum master, reporting, dashboard using MS Excel, various kind of WFM related questions, project and people management question. There are many concepts that will help you in cracking the interviews, guys. So do watch and don't miss to subscribe our channel. Let's start today's concept. Today we are learning about change management. What is the use of change management, how we can accept the change management, how change management play a important role in any of the project or process. By end of this video we will also see the example what we can use in our like call center life or even in a project management. So do watch all the slides and don't skip the video so that you will understand the concept very easily. Let's start the concept about the change management. What is the meaning of change management? Basically, the word name itself says changes. Whenever there is a process, ongoing process, or else a new process that was started or that is being started, and if we find like there are some changes occurred. That changes might come from the development team, technical team, or might be because of any process, anything. How we can accept or we can park or we can reject those changes, and how we can react on those changes, that particular portion is known as change management. So basically a change is defined as a addition, modification, or removal of anything that could have a impact on any of the product or a service, right? If we do anything as such, like if we do any addition, any modification, or if we are removing anything from the project or process, that is known as change management. It is a process responsible for facilitating the implementation of the changes. If there is anything that we need to change or that needs to be changed, there is a certain process that to be followed, guys. It should apply a consistent approach to risk assessment, business community, change impact, resource requirement, and change approval. So whenever there is a change occurred or change raised in any of the project, all the teams are interlinked and they need to see what is the risk there. If we do that particular change, they will also see the severity of that particular change. They will also see like how many resources requirement are there, and also they will check if there is any approval required from the higher management on that particular change. Let's see an example. Like if we want to change anything in any of our dashboard, then we require approval from our manager. So this is a kind of a change. If they approve it, definitely we'll go with that particular change, and we will share them the deadline, like within this particular days the changes will get reflect on the main project. So in this way we have to tackle the things here in terms of change management. The approach should maintain a proper balance between the need for the change and the time it particularly take to integrate into the live environment. Whenever there is a change, modification, or anything, then there should be the exact details to be shared so that the time to implement that particular change can be decided to the live environment. So we have to be very punctual about these things. With change management, we can ensure changes are made in planned manner. Yes, we should be, it shouldn't mean like night we have decided and morning we have implemented. No, we cannot do that. There should be a certain plan. All the team should be informed. All the team approvals wherever we require that needs to be taken. We have to see the pros and cons with that particular change. So everything should be in a planned manner. Reduce the number of emergency changes if there is anything, or reduce the number of incident caused by the changes. We have to see everything. If we do this particular change, there might be any incident, there might be any problem, we have to reduce everything. Also see the process, the time of the time that the particular process will take in order to complete that change. So this is a basic understanding on the change management. Let's see like what is the objective behind the change management. So the objective is very simple, guys, to provide the systematic approach to control the life cycle of all the changes. The objective here is whenever there is a change, modification or removal, everything should have a complete life cycle and it should be tackled in a controlled manner so that the changes can be implemented in a proper manner. So facilitate beneficial changes to be made with the minimum dispersion to other services and maximize the benefit and adoption by supporting people through the transition. So this is the main objective whenever there is a change. It doesn't mean like we decided, we implemented. Everyone should align to that particular change. All the stakeholder team who is connected with that project should be informed and should be aligned to that change. Next, what is the benefit of the change management? What kind of benefit we might receive? The first one here is it will reduce the resistance and the dispersion. What is the meaning behind that is provide clarity and support communication to minimize fear and the resistance. Definitely, if there is a change and if that change is giving a benefit, like benefit in the sense the project work will getting reduced and we are implementing something new that is helping to the process, yes, definitely it should be there. Increase the project success. Return on investment will get increased if that particular change implemented on that project. It will also boost the employee engagement and the morale, enhance the productivity and efficiency because of that change. For an example, we are bringing an automation in the project. This is a change, but if the automation is there, definitely it will increase the efficiency and boost the productivity too. Drive the innovation and adaptability. Definitely, if we are coming up with the changes in the project, definitely we are also improving our innovative skills, guys, because the more you are innovative, the more your project is good and the successful, guys, actually. Then improve the communication. Cost cutting will be there if the changes is helping along with a good benefit, like we are reducing our cost there, and it will also boost the customer satisfaction with that particular change. So these are the basic objective and the benefits towards the changes. Now, what are the type of changes? So basically there are three type of changes that we will see here. On the basis of that, we have to see the severity and we can act on that particular issue or concern or change uh, immediately on the basis of the severity of the changes. So there are three type of change management. The one is normal, another is standard, and third one is emergency. So let's see the normal change. Normal change, I'll give you a basic example. Adding something new to the project, adding I would say another service in the project, adding upgrading the project. If we are doing anything as such, then it's a normal change. For the normal change, definitely we required a full management support here with the required approval. Now standard change. What is a standard change? Like adding something, like we are just adding something into the project, which is like for an example, in the we are working on a website and we are working on contact us page, and we found like let us add a visitor counter there, or let us add a Facebook icons there. So it's a small changes. If we are doing anything there, that is known as standard change. And to do that, we required a complete documentation too even. And we also see like it should be low risk and it should be pre-authorized. So this particular portion need to be understood in this way. The last, we have emergency. If there is a high severity, high security, that impact that will bring a good impact or bad impact, or anything which is impacting the project, definitely that is known as emergency, and it needs to be done immediately so that all the critical error will get resolved. And if for example like there are any security concerns or anything, so that all comes under the emergency changes. So we understood three type of changes here: normal, standard, and emergency. Still have any doubt, guys? Our feedbacks are always open. You can share your comments there. We will try to help you out. So let's move to the next portion. So how basically, so this is just an example, guys, how we can introduce a change in a project and how we can process that. So whenever there is a change, for an example, project manager identified there should be some changes in the project, then how we will come up with the request? He will create the change request. He will share a blueprint or email, or I'm giving an example here, okay? Then access the changes, then everyone will watch out that particular changes, like either that change, and they will evaluate it. In third point we can say evaluate the changes. They will see like either this is a doable, or this is impacting, supporting, providing any benefit because of this particular change, we are reducing our errors, anything. So the evaluation will get started there. Next, we will check either it is approved, denied, or moved to the further. So everyone will decide there, either we can approve this change, or we need to deny this, or we have to park it till we move to the another work. So that all checks will be done. Then we will plan and schedule when that particular change can be implemented, removed, or modified. We will implement that change, we will review that particular change. Post implementing that change, we will review it, either that is impacting to our project or process in any way. Because of that we are increasing our cost or reducing our cost, we will review everything there. Then last we will close the change. This is the basic process we have to follow whenever anyone is raising a change request. Next, so next we have a BPO call center example here. What kind of change management we can assume in a call center or BPO. So let's see here, like for an example, in most of the BPO companies or call center or process like content moderation, any of the companies, they might have a changes with regarding to like technology upgrades or process overhauls, operational changes, organizational shift, policy updates, or anything. Such kind of changes we might identify, and those need to be adopted very smoothly, and we can ensure that every changes, big small, we are enhancing anything, it should be implemented in an accurate manner. So we can see what kind of changes we can see in call center. For an example, like technology upgrade, for an example, like EI is getting implemented in many of the process. So how we are tackling that particular AI change, either that is beneficial to the vendors or not. So everything should be checked here because of that particular change. We can also see some process overall, like streamlining the customer service workflow, introducing new service protocol, or upgrading escalation procedure. Anything which are related to process, we are changing it out, then it also comes under the change management. But how we need to implement it, there should be a complete process, guys. Then organizational shift, adjustment in team structure or anything, leadership or role responsibilities are getting changed, anything that is also a kind of a change in the call center. And fourth, policy updates. If we have any policy update, we are changing the process, we have to see how agents are grabbing that out, how agents are comfortable with that particular update, either we are getting the higher number of errors or not, and that particular portion is helping agents or not. Everything need to be monitored here, so that we can understand either that change is giving a good benefit to us or not. So in this way we can understand the change management project in the call center. And that's all about the change management. If you see the video again, and if you understand like 70 to 80% of the concept on change management, definitely you can crack your interview very easily, guys. So this is all about change management. If you have any doubt, any concerns, any topic wherein you require a video, please let me know. I will try to help you out so that we can learn together and we can grow together, guys. So that's all about the change management from BPO interview tutorials. So do please check out our Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook page. You will find multiple information on the upcoming vacancies. And also don't miss to subscribe and share our channel. Have a great day, guys. Thank you so much.